Good morning, good morning. My name's John T. Wright. You know what? My lighting might be a little screwed up, but I'm not. And anyway, I'm going to turn on an extra light right here. I like things going. And I like things going the fucking right way. I woke up and actually I went to bed listening to Revelations and stuff, and this is how it works. Here I've listened to Revelations, and I was talking about this woman Leah last night. And Leah's on right now, this woman that I worked with since she was 18 years old. I met this woman, she's 20 years old now. And I'll tell you what, her life has changed so much. I'm just going to flip it around this way, and I'm going to give you a picture of this woman today. Here's Leah. The way that she dresses is totally different. She's dressed in a nice white shirt. She looks so wholesome. I'll tell you what, this woman's helped me change the whole world. I watch the world change. This woman here acts more like a born-again Christian than she ever did before. And you could look online and you can find this woman under the name Madeleine Jackson. But her real name's Leah. It's always been Leah. But she come back with the name Leah Logic, whatever it is. I'll print it on the thing. But here's the woman right now, And if you ever seen her before, you look up Madeleine Jackson and you look at her from 2 years ago. She's 20 years old today. And I'll just pop up her bio and I'll just read it off for you. But I'm telling the truth. Her name's Leah. She's got 300,700. She's got 300. She's almost got 400,000 people now, but she had a lot more than that. Her birthday's on April the 4th, 2004. She was born in 2004. She's 20 years old. She's a woman. She's interested in women, men, couples, and trans. You know what? She's on chaturbate. She's a performer. She has dressed so much different than she was. You could just look back in the history, and you could look up Madeleine Jackson, I believe, on chaturbate, and it'll tell you everything about her. And you'll see the way that she's dressed last year and the way that she's acting. I mean, hey, you know what? She's grown up overnight. She truly did grow up overnight. She does nude. Her whole demeanor changed. This woman has no tattoos at all. Me and this woman, we really flipped the script last year. The way that I did things and the way that she performed so wonderful. And we had an open relationship online. I'm D.B. Cooper's son. This is Leah. I never told anybody that my dad was a Zodiac killer. I didn't tell her a lot of things, but we did go over Donald Trump's the Antichrist for the last 2 years and stuff. And, we worked through this. She's worked through this case with me. I feel like I'm a detective like no other detective that Holy Father is incorporated into this, because I feel that this is the Holy Father's doing. It surely is not my own. And what the Holy Father's done and used me for is I'm a vessel of His desire for His needs. Whatever the Holy Father needs, I will do for Him, because God calls on me and He puts it in my heart to do what He wants. And I'm sure that there's other people that feel the same exact way. Like this Leah, I gosh darn pay this woman so much homage, because I'll tell you what, I used to say, I want to take that statue in New York Harbor and I want to throw that son of a bitch right out. I don't like the Lady Liberty in New York Harbor because the French did it, and I think the French suck. And I'll tell you that. How do you like my foreign diplomacy right now? Because the French has always sucked when it comes to getting involved in the Middle East. And the Holy Father absolutely knows it, because I know it. And I know what his feelings is about France. And France has done things that, remember, we've dumped out the wine in France before, because when it gets, like that, you just dump it out. You just get rid of the garbage, and that's what we're doing in the United States now. We're getting rid of the garbage. And Donald Trump's garbage, and his little Trumpsters are too. Me and this woman worked so hard for the last couple of years, and I swear, this woman has calmed down the world. We had people 2 years ago that pushing people around in Germany, slamming into them and stuff, and pushing people around. And it came to my attention. I didn't know God seen through my eyes then. I didn't know a lot. I mean, I've grown up a whole bunch, and so is this woman right here. And I'm serious when I say I'm the Holy Father's son, and nobody should have anything against this Leah. She has done so much for the world. I used to say, well, that statue in New York Harbor, I want to replace that with a new statue of this woman, Leah. And boy, I'll tell you, this went around the world like a gunshot. I want to throw that statue over, is what I was saying. We'll make one 70 feet tall. No. 140 feet tall. No. 210 feet tall. 7/14/21, the law. I don't know how tall this Leah is, but I get the feeling that she doesn't put her height down, because this woman is an exceptionally tall woman. I feel that this woman is probably almost 6 foot tall, if not 6 foot tall or 6'3". The taller the woman, there's more to love. But I'll tell you what, this woman is not as short as she would like to. If you see her next to the doorknob and stuff, next to her, this woman is I think she's a tall woman. And anyway, she's done a fantastic job. I mean, if I had anybody to say that this person here has helped me, and somebody would say, well, she's a stripper or something like that. This was a young woman, that got into the business, and I seen people treat her bad and fucking break down, and, I'd come into the room and I'd stop it, and they'd have monitors just eject the people out of the room and stuff. And this woman right here, I'll tell you, the first year I met her, when she was 18 years old, or no, she must have been on, and it was her 19th birthday is what it was. It's her first birthday that she was on here. And, her birthday's April 4th, and what I did was I came on and I just said, hey, Madeleine, I seen you down. I'd call her Madeleine, instead of Leah, because I wasn't invited to call, I wouldn't call her Leah until I was actually invited to call her Leah. They actually asked me, she was a friend of mine. They said, John, you can, talk to her. Her name's Leah. I won't even cross the line and say something. I want to say their name correctly, because people deserve their name to be correctly to them. Is how I've always felt, like calling somebody not their name or their last name or something like that. People get offended by being called their last name first, instead of, hey, Marcia, how you doing? Or whatever. Whether it's, I picked a woman's name because women are first in my book. So right there it is. And, this woman was such a wonderful woman, and we had such a variety of people. We had people coming in and saying, why is there so many people in this room? There's only a couple other people that hit 20,000 people. And they were amazing people and stuff, that was doing it. Well, this woman is such an amazing person. And, when I spin the wheel with the Taylor Swift thing, this woman's life has changed. I mean, when I come back on, after that I came on, and everything changed about this woman. All of a sudden this picture came up of her, and it's a beautiful picture, and it says, there's no other girl in the world like her. You know, there's no other girl in the world like her. And there was her name, and it was just a really beautiful picture. And it was something that God put up there, because no one else, I've never seen the work that God would do on a picture. And it really happened. I mean, you could believe it or not, but I'm here. And I'm here in the flesh, and I'm here with you. And I am the Son of God. I mean, even if I've shaved or I've not shaved, you know, I live the life now. You know, I get to go up there and do things. Children come up and they look at me sometimes when I'm working out and stuff. They come over there, they look over the fence, and they smile and stuff. And the other day, I had children, you know. One boy threw a rock over the thing, you know, and he's excited, and he looks at me, you know, he throws a rock over there, he's really happy, you know. And then his little brother, he's up there, and he's going to throw a rock too, and he looks at me, and he's looking at me like over this way, and he's looking at it like he's going to throw the rock right at me, you know, to impress me. And I'm going like this. I go, no, you want to throw it that way, like that. And then that little boy goes, and he throws it the right way over it. Well, about the time that it was over, you know, I guess we were having fun. They were watching me and stuff, and I'm working out and stuff, and I don't know what's going on. This may be the Sharia woman's family, even, you know, that's come down there. I don't know, but I can, from I can anticipate they are. I finally, when I got done working up, I picked up a rock, you know, it was bigger than a big softball, and it was smaller than a football. It was, you know, just about the size of a football, but not quite there. And I grabbed that rock with my left hand. I know I grabbed that rock with my left hand, and I carried it up the trail, and I got it up there to the trail, and I think I switched it over to my right hand when I got up there. I was going to throw it with my left hand even. I got up there, and I got that, and when I come up the ramp, there was a girl over here, and she was trying to find a rock to throw over the thing. You know, they're trying to find a rock about this big. And I got this rock that's about, you know, it's pretty good size. And I go up there, and first the girl sees me coming up around the trail like this with this here rock. They know who it is. And I get up there, and there all these children are watching, you know. I mean, there's only like 4 or 5 children, and there's probably a couple adults there that's back there somewhere. And I take this rock, and I go, yeah, this rock's for you. And I just throw it out there, you know, and all these kids are smiling and stuff. I mean, you know, the gratitude. Here, my payment is simple enough. The smile on this woman's face right here, and those children and stuff. This woman's life, you know, she's still a stripper, no matter how a person looks at. She's on chaturbate, you know. I'm telling you, at 20,000 people in her room, somebody was making money off of this woman. She come back, she said that her contract, she broke her contract, she's freelance now, or whatever, you know. Now she acts like she isn't working for nobody no more. Her life got wholesome. Her life changed over the spin of that wheel with this woman. And before, you know, I spun the wheel, I spent time with her saying that, you know, I'm not going to be around no more. You know, my job's done with this and stuff. And you could see by this woman's Madeleine Jackson, and then she turns into Leah, the whole change effect that had happened. And it was actually something that was caught online. If you pointed out, you know, I could actually put the little websites in so you could see the difference in it. And I should add it into the thing as we're going along, but I think I'll upload this. You know, it's wonderful to see the woman. And when I came in and I did my 4 banana splits at 4 o'clock in the morning, she got all smiling and stuff instead of just sitting there in her room. She's been sitting there in her top, and I think she took her top off because I'm here. I'm not sure, but you know what? I'm going to see if I could send her a message. 4 banana splits at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, I gotta turn on my... Okay. Hi, Leah. 4 banana splits at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll see if she smiles right now. If she gets a big smile, she's seen my thing. There she is, 2 thumbs up. I know she realizes it's me that's on. I just don't have no contact with her no more like this. Anyway, it's a lot of fun seeing this woman, and she's smiling and stuff. You know, I don't come and visit her too much anymore like I used to. And the reason is God consumes me so much. She actually took off her top. And she's been sitting there in a long johns top, it looks like, for the longest time. But anyway, the woman's a wonderful woman, and I'm not going to film her nude or anything, but, you know, I usually start teasing her and stuff like this. I don't tease her, but I'll say something like, you know, you could beat yourself up at high, guys, you could beat your meat at home. Oh, Jesus, what? Here, I just woke up. Hey, you could beat your meat, but you can't beat the Madeleine Jackson show. You know, I mean, this is what we do. And, I mean, that's just a part of it. Geez, I used to come in my 727. You know, when the 727, when the Cooper 727 comes in, you just never know what's going to happen. And, you know, I was going to have the Cooper aircraft carrier because during me and Leah's thing, the whole fucking war happened in the Middle East. I could pull up the aircraft carriers and stuff, man. I was on chaturbate fucking, oh, look at this. We're pulling up the aircraft carriers now. I had a gosh darn ball. And, you know, God will use people in amazing ways. And Leah and me both been used by the Holy Father. And I give this woman all the credit in the world. My God, women are fantastic. I love women. And I just got to tell you, hey, she made it fucking... This woman, her popularity, you know, when I started out, she had like 1,000 people maybe. Boy, we got up to thousands of people. Oh, on her birthday, I did this on her birthday. Her birthday's April the 4th, and I said something to her. I go, oh, you know, I seen your mom and your sister down at the store. They didn't even tell me it was your birthday today. You know, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Leah. You know, happy birthday, Madeleine. You know, I'm doing this, and all of a sudden, everybody takes off. It's her birthday, it's her birthday, it's her birthday, it's her birthday. I said, it's her birthday, let's tip now. You know, the whole week we had a birthday party for Leah. You know, usually my family and my friends, whatever, because somebody's closer with me, we have a birthday a whole week for that person. Well, one day, that's just not good enough. My wife had a birthday to last a week, as far as I'm concerned. She had a good time doing whatever she wanted. We'd have a birthday for her son Brian. We'd have a birthday a whole week for the boy. How about Matthew? Hey, Matthew, he could have a birthday for you. We'd have a birthday week for you. You know, me, hey, I just give birthday parties. I don't have birthday parties. My birthday's on September the 2nd, Memorial Day. I have to go to school on birthday. I had no fun on my birthday. Everybody had to get ready on birthday. My house was so zodiac that you goddamn would not want to have been there. Now, saying that alone, I am at 62 years old. 63, it was my birthday just the other day. At 63 years old, you know, you got to take yourself and you got to eat good. You got to treat yourself better. You got to love yourself more than others. You know, somebody thinks that you need to love somebody else more than you. You better love yourself a little bit, because you'll give everything to everyone else and everybody will use you up. This woman right here, she's got a whole new lease on life. She lives a wholesome life. You know, she doesn't have 20,000 viewers no more. She has 2,700 viewers. See, she went from 21,000 people, 7, 14, 21, to a humble 2,700 people. And she lives a lot different life. In this very picture right here, this here chair, you know, I was with her. I helped her earn the money on this chair. She did it herself, of course. But, you know, when that new chair came in, you know, hey, the star of the show is this chair. This woman is just the byproduct of this chair. You know, these people go goddamn nuts. Now, you see this chair right here. It is the sexiest line of chairs that you've ever seen, you know. And people just go goddamn goo goo gaga over this stuff, you know. And we would have a little time where, you know, I would come in and I would talk to Leah and the whole group, you know, for a long period, for 15 minutes. And so then I said, you got to get back to your show. We got to make these people happy, you know. Now get to work, you know. And you know, it was just a blast. And I thank God for helping me with everything, because God was with me every step of the way. And so was the people. And the prayers, you know, and all this stuff, you know, Hulk Hogan says the prayers, the vitamins, and all this stuff. I'll tell you what, God Almighty hears your prayers. You might not get what you want, but a lot of times you get what you need. Well, that's part of the Holy Father's plan into helping you. You know, wherever you are, whatever you do, remember that somebody that's in good compliance with the Holy Father that he uses can be right there watching you. If you thought that you were getting away with something, God puts it in position. There's always somebody there to catch this glimpse of you. You ever see that, well, there's a witness, you know? Well, there's a lot of witnesses, and you never know who's watching you now. Now, you know what we need to do in the United States of America? I'm the Lord, and I'm asking for you guys to clean this place up. I'm asking you guys to get together and have a fellowship like priests of Christ. I've read in Revelations and stuff. I want this thing cleaned up. I'm asking you. The Lord of Lords and King of Kings is right here before your eyes. I understand who I'm supposed to be in the Bible. I'm a normal person like you. Hey, elbows and assholes, I know how to get down and goddamn get down and get dirty. I know how to fucking do it all. You know, there's a plumbing job, I guess I'll have to take that one on. Hey, you know what? Concrete finisher, there I am. You know, I have mentors like Sidney J. Ingdahl, my wife's grandfather that adopted her to be his daughter, because apparently the mother didn't want to raise the child, Laura. You know, and Laura's mom may have not have raised her right either. You know, but Sidney, he would take on people, you know, and adopt children. I mean, he was a person that adopted people. I think he was a minor. He was a Mason too, by the way. You know, Masons aren't bad. Jesus Christ, they're builders. Who the hell do you think built the United States of America? You want to say that this thing was built on satanic thing? Well, the Masons, you know, you could get it any way you want, but these guys are builders and they built things. They built monuments and stuff like this. I mean, you know, monuments, idols, you know, I guess it's something. But I'll tell you what, like this woman right here, 7/14/21, I wanted her to be the next statue over there in the New York Harbor because, you know, like we were saying, the French stinks. And I was after the French earlier too. You know, a lot of people, and also the French took some heat back then too, by the way, as I recall. Everywhere where I push the button gets pushed in a subtle way. Now this woman Leah, she's fantastic. She's right here. I gave you a picture of her, and I'm telling you what, she's on the internet. She gets filmed and stuff all the time. It's okay for me to film her. And matter of fact, the woman knows me. I used to joke around in her room and stuff about me just coming through the door over there on the side, coming in and put my hand on the back of Madeleine's chair and standing there side by side with her. You know, I've told her, I said, you know, when this is all over, I'd like to come and visit you, Madeleine, over there. And I said, I want to buy a fucking house over there in Germany where this woman's at and let her take care of my home when I'm not there. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm supposed to have a gold mine in Nevada. Bull Run, it was ripped off by Freeport Gold Mac Moran. My brother and the Freeport fucking weirdos. The Republican Party was right there as the clampers. And they were working out of that Freeport Gold Mac Moran. Now, I have problems with businesses that rip people off like me. You know, and by the way, I contacted Freeport Gold, but you know what? They're never going to contact me again. Jesus Christ, they got the good deal. They ripped off my goddamn gold mine. You know? Hell, they put a hole there big enough to where you could throw the Twin Towers in it. And you want to talk about the Twin Towers? The day those towers went down, Donald Trump thought it was so fucking cool because he ran around saying that now he's got the tallest building in New York. Well, I'll tell you what, Donald Trump was behind the fucking Twin Towers thing too. His fingers and shit was right in it. Right along with the Fremont Bridge that just got nailed and knocked out. What, Fremont Bridge? We're going to have to, you know, the Freemen, you know, the J6 hostages, the Freemans. Donald Trump had problems and stuff. Little dirty Boy Scouts and the group of insubordinations, even cops and stuff that was involved in that very thing. The Republicans and the cops been working together. Matter of fact, there was a Trumpster down there at the park last night, and he comes in and has words and stuff. I couldn't tell whether he's for Trump or against Trump. It's so confusing. He has shit run all over his van, so I said, so are you for Trump or are you against Trump? And he said, you know, he's for Trump. And I said, well, I got down here and I kind of, you know, I said, geez, I said, I want you around. I said, this is perfect. I said, people laugh at this shit. People totally laugh at you. And that's after I told them I was D.B. Cooper's son and the Republican Party was involved in the whole thing that forced my dad to do the job. You know, if you want to be forced to do things, the Republican Party's for you. If this guy here, he says his right, you know, people, he thinks that the Democrat Party's trying to strip you of rights. Hell, the only one that's tried to strip anybody of rights is Donald J. Trump, trying to rip off America in so many goddamn different ways and making gender an issue and the bathrooms being switched and stuff on people. And his coup, the J6ers, Jesus Christ, you guys are responsible for the these public buildings and stuff you guys damaged here in the, you know, the Capitol, the G6ers. Well, Jesus Christ, they did the same thing to my goddamn bathrooms. They switched the bathrooms. They fucking G6 the bathrooms too. Think about it. It's all a cuckoo, and there's a bigger picture to it. I had Republicans come in a blue car and try to damage the park, rip a rail right off of it. It's a really strong rail, by the way. I went over and I examined it. The man that put the company that put that rail in, you know, did a real good job. I seen the manufacturing date of everything. I know when this park was upgraded. This park got upgraded after the 2014 event where God shut down the United States of America right here when I was praying for it. And I seen John Kerry on TV, you know, saying that this is like a weapon of mass destruction. I guess it was a weapon of mass destruction. God's prayers and stuff, when God acts through me and he fucking puts me on something, he gets me on something, he's the one that gets me praying and stuff. Well, I want to shut this thing down. And I'll tell you what, the nations of the world, beware. You goddamn fucking straighten up immediately. Because God's power is alive and well on the earth. And what you gonna do when the Holy Father uses me, goddamn uses me, to fucking nail country after country after country after country that won't goddamn comply. Because all I gotta do is see it. I see Russia's fucking having problems with people fucking turning on them, and even they're saying that they're arming the other people that's against it. Look at the beauty in it now. God could use evil for good. And he's used Leah and John in this whole thing. This woman right here is my friend to the very end. And I'll tell you what, since I came on, said four banana splits at 4 o'clock in the morning, this woman stays up for me. I used to come in at about 4 o'clock in the morning before I would say goodnight to her. I would say goodnight to her, you know, about 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 banana splits at 4 o'clock in the morning like Elvis Presley. And I'd come on to this place and I'd sing Elvis Presley on her thing too. And what I'd do is I'd sing it and it would come up on the type chat because I could type I have auto type on this and I could sing it. And I was also singing Rod Stewart, you know, Sunshine in the Rain, raining on a sunshiny day. And I did that one on here, and Elvis Presley, Rod Stewart, and some other things. And you know what? When she would go into the back room, you know, she'd have a ticket sale, and everybody, this woman's fantastic. They would do their ticket sales and stuff, and you know, I have money and stuff, and I do a little tipping too as I go along, you know. I'll come in and I'll tip this woman $20. And she'll stand there and I'll just fucking bam, 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 bam. And Leah's just sitting there. She goes, there's John, he's right here, you know, like this. And I'd fucking drop, you know, $10 or $20 and Leah just like that. And fucking everybody else would drop it too, you know. She's making some money. And I think somebody also owned her contract and stuff, and she got involved in this. And that's why she's not going as Madeleine Jackson no more. And when I spun the wheel, the contract got broke, whatever. But this woman was free. And this woman, this is Leah. Her real name's Leah. It's always been Leah. But when I said, you know, she changed from Madeleine Jackson Leah. Madeleine Jackson's like, okay, there's other people that has a name similar to such and such, like Pink Crazy. Well, over on Pink Crazy, sometimes they'll put another girl in Pink Crazy because there's 2 or 3 girls that'll be running that thing, so it's running 24/7. They always have it on. They always have money coming in, etc. But there's only one girl on Pink Crazy that everybody identifies as the real girl on Pink Crazy, and she's really a wholesome girl that I watch. Actually, I've never talked to the woman, but she's just really pretty, and she doesn't really show her body. I think she lays on her tummy. I believe she's a non-nude. I like a lot of women that are non-nudes because you know what? Hey, and nude women look beautiful too, by the way. But I like non-nude women because a lot of times, you know, they're a little more wholesome. They're a little shy and stuff. They never did it before, and then they loosen up and stuff. And, you know, there's been the girl that, there was a girl from Sweden that was on, and she just stood there, you know, she didn't do nothing much, and boy, I tell you, I got on there and I got her tipped up. I tipped her, and I got her so frustrated that I about knocked her over. She tripped in the room, and she fell on the bed, she hit the floor. I mean, you know, you'd had to been there on that one. And what was oh gosh, there's another girl. And, you know, when you tip them, they've got this little device that's inside of them that gives them this little, like this. Well, hell, I was tipping this girl, and she was on roller skates. Oh, boy. And, you know, you tip them like this. Boy, I tip her like this, and she's over there, oh, these skating, and she just like, oh, God. And it was funny, and she looked at me like, you did this on purpose. And, you know, you could do things like that if you just know how to do it. Oh, and Emily Gray. You know, Emily Gray, I had Emily Gray, and Emily Gray is like in the United States, and she's on the East Coast. And Emily's a fine-looking woman, and me and her have a goddamn lot of fucking fun. And, you know, I got her one night, and I tipped her over in her show. I got her makeup running on her face and stuff. I got her laughing. We owned the show one night. We did a couple nights, and then the monitors, boy, they put a fucking stop to it. Her monitors. But, man, when I come in and I say something to that woman, you know, we have a lot of fun. Emily Gray. I think that's her name, Emily Gray. But anyway, hey, that's wonderful to see Leah. That's wonderful to see Leah walking around. She's so wholesome. She was always a good girl. Leah was always a good girl. She has grown up so much in a short period of time. I mean, I watched her style change. I know her first moves. They were like this, with this little hop in it. And she doesn't do it no more. But if I seen her in person, or if I cam her, I would do her little Madeleine Jackson swat, and she might bring it back to the show again, because everybody liked that Madeleine Jackson swat, you know, that she had. No one else does it, only seen here. Anyway, my name's John Wright, and it's a good way of starting the morning. I haven't had my cup of coffee, and I haven't smoked my bowl of weed yet, I tell you what. Smoking marijuana could keep you more healthier mentally. And you know what? Marijuana helped me when I was a child, when I had a boy murdered in front of me. And my brother Jim, he tried to tuck me under his arm and take care of me. And for that, Jim Wright, I forgive you for everything. Jim Martin Wright, my brother, I forgive you for everything. And you have it over my family. You have it over your brothers and sisters, Jim. You're forgiven. Kevin Baker, get into the Bible today, because you have an open shot. You'd be saved. You never treated me bad in your life, other than when your mom tried to work me and you together. And it could have really caused a problem between all of us. Because somebody would have really got goddamn hurt between Kevin Baker and myself. And I would have forgot that Kevin was my nephew once I snap. I forget who you fucking was when I snap. Because I'll even tell you, I don't care who the fuck you was when it's over. You know, and I'll tell people, why have you done that to yourself? I just don't like when people fucking cross me or attack me or they put up to it. And my sister Bonnie would do that with her own child to me, is what I felt at the time. And they know their guilt where it's at, so that's over. But me and Leah here, hey, you know what? This woman did a fantastic job, and I give her all the kudos in the world. She kept me calm down from my family, and that's what women do for me. Women keep me calm, and I goddamn love women. I love women, and it's not goddamn women either. Anybody ever fucks with one of my women again? I had one of my girlfriends with her hands and feet cut off. She's called Morton Jane Doe. She's a black woman. Don't think I don't like black women, because I love black women. Somebody fucks with a black woman that's my girlfriend, I'll have revenge for you for the rest of your goddamn life. And if somebody ever touches any woman, I have a problem with you. Anybody fucking mistreats a child and I find out about it, I know about it, I go fucking meet the person. Don't fuck with me, because I'll come and fucking find you if you've done something to somebody I goddamn know, and I've done that for years. I just don't fuck around with people. When I fucking see you, I don't care where you're at. You're mine, target. I goddamn look at you and God looks at you. That's what I realized. And God uses children, and children look right there, and God's vision comes right through a child's eyes. And you better beware of that. I've witnessed my sister Bonnie abuse her children. I don't give a fuck, Bonnie. You better look in the goddamn mirror. You're condemned. You're fucking condemned. For the things that you goddamn did. Hey, there's nothing to argue about, bitch. You could fucking stick it in the fucking mirror. Look at your face. Bonnie, you are responsible for all the goddamn actions of your fucking family. Why? Because you raised the little bitches and bastards. And by the way, Kevin Baker is a blessing to me. And you, Bonnie, I tried to be nice to you. There's no forgiving after so much. God Almighty is, hey, impress the Holy Father and you'll impress me. You have no fucking kudos with me. You guys ripped off my property and stuff. By the way, I don't want you back. Kevin, all you have to do is pick up the Bible and learn the right way. You've been taught wrong, and I would teach you right. When I got there and I seen Bonnie and stuff, I said, you know what? I want to straighten Kevin out, because after you're gone, Bonnie, and you are dead, this boy's going to have the baggage. And by the way, I prepared him to get rid of you, Bonnie, because when your life's over, these children will be raised, and hopefully they'll be better, because they wasn't better under your tutelage, considering everything. I touch base with my family members. You can't hold a candle to me, family. And you can't hold a candle to the people in the United States that are now witnessing you. You have nowhere to run. You have nowhere to hide. You are guilty. When people see you in the store, they'll know you soon. And I don't even give a fuck. You know, people that do harmful things to people, I don't want them dead. I want them to live. I want them to live with the humiliation. And God wants you humiliated. I've been humiliated so many times. My humiliation is now their humiliation. You see, I stepped back and now I just goddamn let it go on to you. And that's the way that I'm sitting with the Holy Father. I'm pulling back. And I'm going to let the Father have his way. You know, I went to the store and all the women, all the people treated me nice. Like I was a person just as good as them. They're as good as me. I'm no better than them. Matter of fact, I'm the worst rotten apple in the goddamn box. And God used me. How do you like that, family? You know you're rottener than me. But I place myself rottener in the box than all of you. You know why? I must be fucking rotten to be even related to you. But God Almighty's blessed me in such a way that I ask that my blessings be your blessings. But you wouldn't accept it because why? Your pride? The 7 deadly sins? People, you should read the Bible. If you knew better, you'd do better. Beautiful Leah's right here. She is smiling and stuff. She was just sitting in her room just like she was lonely. This is my friend. I don't want to abandon Leah no more. Matter of fact, I will not abandon Leah no more. And I'm going to start seeing her a little bit online again. The moment I came in and I started doing the 4 banana splits at the 4 o'clock in the morning, hey, she took that shirt off. She's wrapped it around her waist and stuff. Her body language has changed during the course of this show. You know, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to say hi to her. And I'm wishing you guys a good day and a good morning. This is the girl that sets me off to a good pace in the morning. And you know what? America, you guys want me in a good mood. Because if I'm not in a fucking good mood, and I'm in an ornery mood, God Almighty loves it, and He gets ornery on the world. And you know, I'll tell you the nations of the world and stuff like that. If you please the Holy Father, you've pleased me. You don't have to even fucking kiss my ass. I just want to be treated like a goddamn person. I know how homeless people are, and I'll tell you what. Homeless people can be rotten goddamn people too, and we goddamn know it. They're so fucking bitter. They'll treat people like fucking shit because, well, they're no more than panhandlers and mooches. Jesus Christ, I want to tell these homeless people, you know, you want public assistance or anything like that, if you've got goddamn time to lean, you've got goddamn time to clean. If you're an able-bodied person and you're collecting any assistance at all, that's the Democrats that's providing you opportunities to have money and stuff and to get jobs and stuff. These Republicans, they don't give a fuck about you. Like Donald Trump says, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. He don't give a fuck about you. And matter of fact, somebody's saying that this Democratic Party is a party that's trying to strip you of your laws. This party is trying to give you what you should have and an opportunity to get out of mentally get out of this criminal act that these people have perpetrated on the people of the United States of America for their own greed. Money is the greed. Money is the greed, is the root of all evil. You know, look at Donald Trump. He don't even want to pay his fucking bills. There's nothing about Donald Trump that's sound. He's not sound mind. He don't have sound financials. The only thing that's sound is somebody put a good foundation under that building, but they got the fucking rottenest name on it, Trump, in the whole goddamn world. Take that Trump Tower and fucking strip that stuff off, make it into the next fucking Mustang Ranch in New York City. Give these hookers and prostitute what they want. And Jesus, let Stormy Daniels run the show. I trust Stormy before I trust Donald Trump. Stormy Daniels will be a saint in heaven as far as I am concerned. Hey, if the Lord, I'm right here, would sit down and have fucking coffee with Stormy Daniels. Why in the fuck wouldn't you? And good morning. And you know what? I love everybody. But don't piss me off, because then I hate the whole goddamn world. God just goes, I just try to focus all of my hate on my mother. She was worthless. My mother was the most worthless. And you know what women tell me? When I say, I hate my mother. I never hated my mother until my mother and them taught me to hate them. And this happened in the later life, not the beginning. Is be like, I'm supposed to love you because you're my, well, it says on the fifth one, honor thy father and mother. Here I am. Anyway, you could be stupid in religion too, because they could use religion on you to manipulate you. Hey, my name's John T. Wright. It's been a good day and it's been a good morning. I went to sleep listening to Revelations and listened to the Word of God even throughout my sleep. It's a better way of being hypnotized than have my sister play hypnotic music in the house to someday perpetrate a coup on the world. Yes, Bonnie, your tapes did have a effect on me, and I had to be deprogrammed in Portland, Oregon, at the expense of the Department of L&I. Because that's the way that it worked too. Anyway, you have a good morning and a great day. You know what? If we knew better, we'd do better. And let's work together. You know, I'm over here at Cooper's Air Force 101 at Outlook.com. You know, check it out. I'm watching Leah here. Leah looks beautiful, by the way. You know, she's still reserved. I know she doesn't know if I'm online or not, but I've seen her. She went like this. She went 2 thumbs up when she seen me. You know, when you ask for, and they do it, you know, they'll do it for you. This woman's done it for me before. She stopped the show and fucking walked out and stopped there and talked to me like she's a spokesmodel. It's wonderful. This woman's everything. This woman really is everything. She lives in Germany. She lives in the Czech Republic, Brno, something like that. And it's a nice city. I'd like to buy a house there or something like this and give it to this woman for me to be at. She can live there with her family, you know, and her friends and stuff. And when I come over, you know, I just come there as what I've said in the past. And you know, I've thought about having money before because I could find a gold mine. In the past, I did. My brother was stupid enough to take a sample of Freeport gold and ruin the whole thing. Jerry, you're not very smart. You know, I guess you did what you had to do, whatever you do. But you murdered the Merwins, and I goddamn know it. And by the way, I was there when the space shuttle disaster happened. I was watching the space shuttle. My brother Jerry put me under a friction, and I witnessed the space shuttle disaster right there before my eyes. And it's almost like it gives you post-traumatic stress disorder again. You know, I heard all the terrible jokes about the space shuttle and stuff, and it really affected me being there and seeing the whole thing and being under the condition and wonder if it was connected to me. And it very well could have been connected to me the way that it happened. You know, and things happen, and my brother Jerry's probably questioning things now too, even him taking a swing at me with a screwdriver in his hand as his hand stops and I look around it. Or Jim pulling up a gun and shooting Terry Shortridge and says, I just murdered my best friend. Do these here people even know what they're doing when they're doing it? God can make you do things, and probably so can the devil and stuff too. God will use evil for good, he tells me. Anyway, hey, I'm just saying good morning and stuff, and you know what? I was compelled to come on this morning because Leah's here. And I gave you a picture of Leah. How many women do you see wears long johns on chaturbate? None of them. I'm just telling you, if it wasn't so, there wouldn't be a a gray building with a saw on it in Morton, Washington, named Millhouse Smokehouse, and everybody's eyebrows are raising when I'm telling them the story. I'm D.B. Cooper's son. I built a bowling alley in Morton, Washington with the hijackers' money. You know, maybe there should be a movie and stuff about it. Maybe I should be rewarded. And my dad was saying, John, someday, when you're the president of the United States, my dad was telling me when I was a child that they got a bowling alley in the White House in the basement, is that what Dad told me. Dad knew I was into bowling too. You know, Dad allowed Earl Anthony, the greatest bowler, to come down and do bowling lessons in there, but I got special time with Earl Anthony. Earl Anthony fell down a stairway to his death. My brother Jerry says Ken Victory fell down a set of steps and he's now in a wheelchair for possibly life. You know, my brother Jerry could say that I went to Shane Inglesby's funeral and smile, and Shane Inglesby, it sounded like he almost landed in his yard when he was being chased and he got killed. You know, it was my brother behind it. How about the girl that had her hands cut off and feet? Her body's adjacent across the road from Shane Inglesby's house over there by my original neighbors, the Whitlows, Bob and Carol Whitlow, that lived right next door to the house on Division Street where Jim Kaiser lives now. Jim Kaiser worked right above, he works at the Napa Auto Parts store. Lisa lived right up above him. So I'm sure that everybody could see the connection. Morton Jane Doe, her name's Lisa. And when I called Morton and I called the Morton Hospital, I had the police chief, Roger Morning Glory, immediately call up on my cell phone and start, why are you calling here? What's this information? What do you want? And I said, why are you calling me? Who are you? I found out he was Roger Morningside. He's been fired. His career's over. Just like Bruce Kimsey's is over the Merwin case and being up on top of that courthouse in Lewis County. Bruce Kimsey, you're guilty of burying the Merwin case when I brought the evidence for you. You framed Rick Rife. You put me on the run. My picture's been splattered across the United States of America. I love Leah right here. I love this woman, too, you guys. This woman did fantastic things. And I can see right now she's apprehensive sitting in her chair, and she'd probably like me to say hello again. I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to say hi to her. And I wish you guys a very wonderful day. If you knew better, you do better. Get into the King James Version Bible of today, because you've got an opportunity, and you better beware, this opportunity will not last long. So you have a great day and a wonderful life, and hey, if you see somebody, tell them that the Holy Son of God in heaven does love you. And I do love you more than the Holy Father is, because he's got a lot of anger issues. He's a very jealous God. You have a nice day. I would know I'm the rock and the friction between him and you, him and the earth, and you are the earth. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.